Thank you all, masters, my dear masters, friends, and my dear gods. Thank you all for joining this Karma Consciousness sessions. Welcome to the day 11. Thanks to our Guru, Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji. Thanks to our Guru, Master Tarkom Saraidarian. And thanks to all the masters, whoever is helping us with all the wisdom. And thanks to all the masters for joining these sessions. Thank you very much. So let me share. Yeah. So masters, let us understand a bit more about karma. And masters, so I think 2 days back, one of our master, Sai master, has asked one question about growth of a soul. Soul will grow to the next level. Will it fall back again? Right? So today I'm going to discuss about my experiences about that fall. So everyone talks about inner journey, light journey, right? Today I'm going to talk about my dark journey, darker journey. Okay. So you may have had some opinion upon me. Okay, so far. So, but that may completely change after I tell about my dark side. Okay. So just be cautious on that. Yeah. So masters, we have to be thankful for each and everything in our lives, in our experiences. So whatever is happening, in whatever way it was happening, be it in the right way or wrong way. So to all those experiences, to all those people, to each and everything, we should be thankful. We should be grateful. Because each and everything is there to teach us something, to make us understand something, to make our lives better. But only with our understanding, with our foolishness, with our limited perception, we treat it the other way. We don't take it in the righteous way. Yeah. And one more important thing that we all should be openly talking about is sex. So we all think that sex is something we should not talk about openly, right? So this kind of culture we were having actually. So we hesitate to talk about sex. We keep it under a carpet and we don't want to discuss about it as if something that is very bad, right? So this is very divine activity, friends. Sex is something, it's not between two physical bodies. It's something between two souls. So union of two souls coming together is what is sex. So in the higher worlds, they call it as union. They don't call it as sex. It's a great union, they call it, all the masters. Because they are each sharing their energies. So we just think about, okay, physical bodies coming together and having some pleasure. No, it's not about that. It's about creating something new. So that's how we are all born. We all have taken birth here. So don't look at sex as very heinous act. It is very divine act. It is a spiritual union. So both parents' characteristics, their spiritual growth, their understandings, their misunderstandings, their wounds, their joy, everything will be transferred to the newborns. they will share that energies. Along with this, they'll share the energy of their parents. So we have to be very careful. We have to be very conscious on this aspect. How we are. That will be passed over to next generation. If you are suffering with something, that will be passed over to the next generation. So it is very important. We have to be conscious of this. So in this world, if you see, it is just a physical act. Everybody look at it as a physical act. No, there is a lot of creation happening behind it. So a newborn is a creation of two individual souls. They are sharing their energies together to form one more new creation, to bring new creation into this world. They are giving the path to bring the other souls unto the life, unto the earth. Right? So it is a very sacred, divine act. Okay. So we should be doing this sex, this union with only the partners, not with everyone. So in this world, it was habituated for everyone. We can do whatever we want. It's just fulfilling your dream or fulfilling your pleasure. It has nothing to do with anything else. So we have that perception, many of people in this world. So they don't have this righteous perception behind it. So they think that it can be done with n number of people. It doesn't matter. No masters. Because as I mentioned, it is a sharing of two energies. So when you are getting involved in this physical relationship, you are sharing their energies as well. So sharing their shit as well. Not only their good things, not only their joyful things. Their shit also will come to you. So you are sharing everything. We may not be aware of it. So our auras will get affected. So if we are keep doing this activity with many different people, so our aura will get affected. It will get damaged, and that effect will be upon us only, not anyone else. So we are creating lots of karma by doing this way. So we were misguided in this world, especially youth. I will tell about my story. And masters, when it comes to sex, it's not just about doing it physically. You may be doing it at mentally as well, in the emotional level as well. Using your mental mind, you might be imagining. So master is clearly telling that. So doing sex with multiple people itself is a wrong thing, because it will affect you. You will attract more karma out of it. But doing physically is better than doing it mentally. Because when you do it physically with one person or with two persons, it gets over with that. So at least you will accumulate very small amount of karma. But when we do it mentally, as we already discussed, right? Thoughts, we are releasing the thoughts into universe. So whatever you are releasing mentally, it keeps traveling in this world, and it affects the respective people. Whoever is vibrating with that particular frequency, it will attract those thoughts, and they also will get affected. So when we do it mentally, imaginary world, it keeps affecting so many people in this world, and it affects continuously. It is a never-ending story. So as long as you keep giving energy to it, You keep doing that mentally. So it happens. So this is something we are not aware of it. That's why we act outside as a good way, but inside we may be having something horrible. Okay, let me tell my experiences here. So I'll come from my childhood. Okay. So in my childhood, if you see, I was very happy person, very joyful person. I don't have any strings attached to anything. It doesn't mean that I got everything I wanted in my life, masters. No, I was bullied so much. I haven't got anything I wanted in my life, what I wanted to have. So nothing I had actually. But I was never sorry about that. I was never sad about them. It's just a momentary thing for me. Okay, if it doesn't come, fine. I'll move on. So I was living very joyfully in the each and every moment I was enjoying. And I was pure and I was innocent also. So because of my innocency, I was bullied so much. So people ill-treat me. Especially my father ill-treated me so much. And all the relatives also, they ill-treat me so much. But with my innocence, they used to tease me so much. So because of that, I was having a only one thing I was carrying from my childhood is anger. So I became very angry. Okay. So much anger. One time, what happened when I was a kid, we went to our grandmother's home. So we were just playing in the fields there. It's a village. So my cousin brothers are all there. So they just teased me and they said something. I got very angry. At that time, my uncle and all they have the cattle, so we used to take the cattle to the field so that they can eat grass there, and we'll spend some time over there and come back. So we used to carry sickle, that knife kind of thing, curved edge kind of thing, to cut the grass and all will be there, right? So we used to carry that to get some grass also. So I was having that in my hand. Okay. So my cousin brothers just teased me and I got irritated and very angry. And with that sickle, I just ran behind them. If they have, if I got a chance to caught them, I might have done something to them, definitely. That much of angry I was. I was having that much anger during those days. Okay. But I was, apart from that angerness, nothing else was there. Okay. Uh, I was so pure. I was enjoying each and every moment. Okay. In the youth, when I entered my youth state, okay, consciously, one time what happened is, you all might have heard about this masturbation, right? So this thing happened to me when I was conscious. On its own, it happened to me. Okay. I didn't do anything at all. Okay. That actually gave me so much pleasure because during in my childhood, I used to play with myself only. I don't play with anyone because that also has one experience. When I was playing in a gully street, we were playing cricket. So during that time, bowler bowled the ball, and I was about to hit that ball, and I lifted my bat and it hit one of the person coming in the backside, one girl. So nobody told someone is coming, let us wait. Nobody told. So I just tried to hit the ball and lift the bat forcefully and with so much force, and it hit her head, and she fell down, and so much blood came out of her head. And that girl is none other than my teacher's daughter. They were just staying nearby that. So he saw me, and we ran from that place. And next day he beat me like nothing, like anything. Okay. So that one experience changed me completely, and I stopped playing with anyone. I started playing with my own self. That is when I started being with myself. So that's why I enjoy my own company. So instead of playing with others, I play with myself. So I play all kinds of games with myself again. Okay, that's a different story. So, so during this young age, so one time what happened on its own, this masturbation happened to me, and that gave me so much pleasure, and I was into it completely. Okay, I started doing it regularly, many times a day. Okay, I did it such a way that I fall into it completely, and it became a what we call that. One minute, I just noted down things if I forget. Addiction. So it became an addiction for me. So without it, I can't live. Like that, it was. Okay. I'll tell you the impact of it. Okay. Life is just going on, and my parents passed away in 2010. Exactly during the same time I was into meditation. So before I came to meditation, my parents came into meditation. Even after that, I didn't start meditation. After my mother passed away, that too through this meditational activity only, she passed away. By doing while doing the meditation, with one of her own trauma she was going through, she was passed away. So that actually led me. Okay, my mother has gave me this path, and she left the world. So let me take up this meditation. That is when I started understanding meditation, and that's when I came across these 2 points which attracted me. So I intuitively know that these are the right thing to do, but I have never done. That's a different story, as I already mentioned. So until 2017, I was into meditation. After my parents, I am really thankful to my uncle and aunt, Vadapalli Radha and Raghunath Masters, who are there in the Machilipatnam, in whose house we actually rented during that time. Okay. So they took care of us so much after my parents, like my own parents. Okay. Not even my relatives. Okay. They were taking care of us even till date. Okay. We are like a spiritual family. Okay. So they are used to take care of us, and they are still taking care of us. Every now and then, whenever we have some challenges, some situations, some problems, they guide us, and they keep checking upon us, how we are, all those. So we are really grateful for them actually. Okay. So in 2017, as I mentioned, I was going through this depression state. Okay. So if you see that depression state, that is when I started my inner journey. Okay. And that inner journey and my effort coming to come out of my depression, I started doing this meditation, Swajaya, Sajjana Sangitya, Seva, all these things. And I came out of my depression because of that. It took me almost 1.5 2 years, I think. After that, I never left my spiritual practices. At the same time, I was not out of this masturbation as well, friends. I was still continuing that one. I was trying to come out of it, but I was never succeeded at all. Okay. Because I try to overcome it, and again, one or the other thing comes, and I become weak, and I fall back again. Okay. So it was happening, but I never left my spiritual practices. I was doing continuously, and I was taken up giving audiobooks as well. And I attended a Soul Coach Training Program, SCTP, by QLU Masters, Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi. They used to conduct, even now they are conducting every year. So after attending that one first year and the second year, after second year gets completed, automatically I was out of this masturbation completely without even my effort. Okay. I don't know how it happened because during that time only I was doing my spiritual practices so much intensely and so much happily. More important thing. So much joyful I was doing so many things, giving audiobooks, and whenever there is a program is happening, going there, attending sessions, and doing all the service whatever I can. So all these things were happening. So after that, QLU SCTP completed. So almost 3 4 months, I was out of this masturbation completely. Okay, that is when my intuition started awakening. Okay, so that's really very new experience for me. I was able to understand things. I was able to uh, get to know things before they happen. Okay, there are many experiences, and that is how me and my wife connected each other through our intuition. Okay, so instead of saying love marriage, I can say it is an intuitive marriage. Okay, after marriage, things completely fallen apart because we were going through a great storm. Because masters, whenever you are given some important thing or some promotion, you will be tested as well. Okay. So it's kind of that thing happened to me. So I was going through so much struggles at the same time. So much storm happened in my life and so much drama was happening. Okay. I couldn't hold on to it. Okay. So much pressure, so much trouble, so much confusion, lack of clarity. That is when I stopped doing my spiritual practices. So till that point of time, I was continuing my spiritual practices, and which led me to evolve spiritually to the next state. And immediately after that, I was given some test where instead of holding on to my spiritual practices, I left my spiritual practices out of pressure. Okay. So that is the time because all these dark forces, whatever you entertained within yourself, you have given so much of energy, attention, time to something which you shouldn't be given. So you have given that. So it was waiting for its own moment. Okay. Because now your energy levels are at the highest state. So it can't do anything. So it has just settled down for some point of time. But when that particular testing times came into my life, I started slowly falling down because I stopped doing my spiritual practices. Okay. So slowly that drop happened to me. So there is a drop in my consciousness. There is a drop in my awareness. Automatically, I became very low. That is when I reached a low again, that much low that I don't have power to overcome this masturbation that I have given so much power, so much attention, so much energy that it has overpowered me. And I again collapsed there. You see, after that moment onwards, it took me almost again 2.5 years to 3 years, masters, to come back to my path again. I was completely lost my path. I stopped completely doing all my spiritual practices, and it affected me so much now. So I lost my I have noted down not to forget. So I lost my purity, I lost my innocence, I lost my soul strength, I lost my courage, I lost my willpower, I lost my self-confidence, I lost my self-discipline, I lost my character, my ability, my clarity, my creativity, my intuition, my grounding, my sanskaras, my surrenderingness, my witnessing, my acceptance, my forgiveness. So many things, masters. So, so I lost almost myself completely. So when we were given a great opportunity, we should be utilizing that. But what I have done is completely opposite. I ignored my practices. That is when we need to stick to our practices so much so that we'll be getting our soul strength. We'll get our inner strength, which will help us to hold on to those particular testing times so that we pass those moments. But because I completely, it's like you climbed a mountain top and all of a sudden you slipped from there to ground. So it's like that, master, because I completely stopped doing my spiritual practices. I stopped attending sessions. I stopped going to meet masters. There is no Sajjana Sangatya. There is no book reading. There is no service in my life. And meditation also happening just like that. Okay, it's not up to the mark. So you see, you'll be dropping completely down. So it's not that again you will be losing that level, master. You still hold that level, but your energy is not up to that level to hold on to it. So your consciousness level drops, your awareness drops, everything will drop automatically. So you see, so much of again, I have to start working from the scratch again. Again, I have to build. So that is when GKSR happened to us. So again, in this 2.5 years phase, if you see, me and my wife went through so much struggles, so much drama and all. But I'm really, really thankful to my wife because she's the one holding this relationship actually. Because even when I was going through so much in my life before she comes into my life, but I never thought about why this kind of life, why this kind of experience. I never questioned my experiences. I never questioned my life at all. But during this 2.5 years phase, I was going through this drama all the day and every day. And I was questioning my why. I never questioned, but I started questioning why. See, before I was not questioning, but at that time I don't even had my soul knowledge. I just have my own strength. Inner strength is there, but I am not aware of this soul knowledge. I don't have that much soul wisdom as well. But I never questioned my life. I never questioned my experience. I trusted my life and my experiences. But this this spiritual fall, if you say, I had some soul knowledge, I have some soul experience, soul, and I overcame depression, everything. Despite of having all this, I lost completely myself and I started questioning my existence, my own life, because it is me who has chosen all these experiences. So when I don't have so much no knowledge about soul, I was so strong. I was accepting everything. Though I have some during that time also I was going through all this depression and all because of this masturbation. I lost my soul strength and I lost my so many inner abilities, my purity, my uh, innocence, my inner power, my willpower, my core strength. All these I lost that time. But this fall, I lost so much more. And it is very quicker, very faster. Because I was not holding on to my spiritual practices. I fallen back myself. That drifted me completely to the down, okay, to the ground. And during this phase, I have given so much trouble, so much torture to her mentally. Okay. But she is the one holding on to the relationship and she's such a great master. Okay. She has, in fact, she was going through her own wounds, her own pain, her own struggles. She has a lot of childhood wounds. She has gone through so much in her life. Despite of all that, she was helping me to come out of all this. So because of her only, again, I am able to stand and I'm able to, again, work upon my spiritual practices and I'm, again, coming up. So I'm not there up to yet, but it is in the process. I'm in the way. So now again, that is when GK sir happened to us. GK sir just told one point to me: you stop doing what you want, what you have to do. That is when it struck me. It opened like a spark inside me. Yes, I was doing spiritual practices, my sadhana, continuously from the moment I started my inner journey when I was experiencing the depression, and I never left that spiritual practices until this storm entered into my life. So why I have done that? Again, you see, when you don't respect whatever is given to you, when you don't prove yourself you are worthy enough to that particular spiritual progress, automatically you will fall down, masters. That is what happened to me, because I was not doing or not continuing my spiritual practices. I completely dropped it, just like falling from sixth floor to down ground floor, just like that. So that caused me fall, spiritual fall. Okay. So again, when GK sir came into our lives again, and when he told this, then only I realized, yes, it is very much true. I was doing all this, all of a sudden, how come I stopped it completely, blunderly? That is when again I started, and I started taking Tamil sessions in the last year. And when I was doing that, again, I was coming back, and again, another 2 to 3 months, this masturbation gone completely. So I announced in that session, I am out of it completely now. But again, after that, again, there is one more testing time. Oh, you announced yourself as if you overcome that. Okay, let me see. So again, some situations came, and again, I so much pressure, so much inner struggle. Again, I fall down myself. So that is when I realized, no, this is not something working out. Maybe it's not that overcoming it, it's about dissolving it. It's about understanding from where it is coming actually. Because when my intuition was awakened, I was given the answer for it, but I don't want to reveal it now. But I want to again I want to reach to that state. Again, I have to get that confirmation one more time. Then I can announce to the world. Because this experience is very much needed for me to do something in my future. So, masters, so this is the darker journey of one of my lifetime, one of the darker journey. Not one. This is the only dark side of me I was having, and I can't say now I'm out of it. There will be testing times for me, so I have to see how I perform there. If I'm able to prove it, then I may experience next level. Let me see. So, masters, so it is very, very important for all of us to be careful, to be cautious, to be conscious, to be aware, to do righteous things all the time in all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Because wherever you do, it will affect you so badly. If you do at a mental level or spiritual level, it affects you so badly. And it will be very, very difficult for you to get up and rise again. It's not that easy. It's like, uh, because as I already discussing in one of the session, a person at the lower level can do mistakes, but because of that, very few will get affected in his own circle, because his circle is not bigger at the lower level person. But whereas at the higher level position person, like prime minister or president, if he is doing a mistake, the entire country, the entire nation, or entire world will get affected because of his wrongdoings. So that is why, especially in spirituality, if we are progressing, it means that it is not to enjoy it. It is to take responsibility. It is to be cautious, be more aware, because you should be a righteous person so that you'll be able to guide so many people around you. If you make a mistake, so many will get affected along with you. That's why at the top level person, if he has done something wrong, definitely there will be a spiritual fall, and so much effort one has to put to bring him back up again, and he has to prove so much testing will happen, masters. So that's why we have to be always truthful, always honest, always righteous. We should be conveying what we are actually. So after reading this book only by Tarkum Master, I was able to explain this, my darker side, to the world as well. It's not about hiding what I was. It's about telling what I was, what I am, so that whoever is willing to be with you will be with you. Whoever is going to depart, they will depart. So if I was like before, if I haven't read this book, definitely I might not have shared my darker side. Definitely, I may not have that courage also. But Tarkum Master really helped me. I am really thankful to Tarkum Master. Because of his wisdom, I was able to share this to everyone without hesitating. I'm happy to share this. I am this one, and I'm proud also, and I am courageous also to share this to the world. So, masters, yeah, it's already 10:10. Sorry, I have taken much time today. So, masters, with this, we pass the discussion here. So, if anyone wants to share anything, anyone wants to convey anything, you can.
I want to say you are very brave, and I really
One minute,
appreciate it.
masters.
And because I have two young sons and boys and all this, and I know that this is the normal thing with the education. So I know the young girls and boys have a problems of this thing. But we should be open in the family or friends or
Exactly.
anything. We should accept what is. We all have like when I was young, growing up, I stole a cigarette from my uncle or a little bit of whiskey and tested as a kid. But telling my son all these things, because then he opens up and tells me whatever goes in the life. So I'm very thankful to you, and you are very good. You are a young person, and well done.
Thank you. Thank
Much
you very much for
appreciated,
your
and God bless
understanding.
you, dear. Yeah.
So, Sai Master, hope you got your answer today. So, what is
Yeah,
spiritual?
yeah. Thank you so much, Master. First of all, I need to say, I think I want to say two things. One is you said that openly, that is, and I admire. I already told that my perception on you was changed that first day when you started talking about Torque Master. Now it is completely changed, and yes, you are right. And second thing is you said that some darker side. I think everyone's life, the darker side is a part of our life. And second thing you said that union and the wife and husband. I don't know. I believe wife and husband are a single soul with even if, for example, if I have a masculine qualities as well as feminine qualities. I think every soul has, and our soul. I think to me we are all one soul, wife and husband with two bodies. That is what I always say to my
Okay.
wife. We are so otherwise that is why we call it a soul partner. It is not a soul partner. We are one soul actually, and the thing is, just to add to that, when I come out of the religious practice and when I entered the spiritual practice, it changed me a lot. That's why nowadays I stop talking. I talk very less on the religious, but mostly when I'm reading books, when I'm doing something on the religious aspect than the spiritual aspect. In the spiritual aspect, I was reading the Milarepa, the life story of Milarepa. I
It's a
cried.
wonderful book,
I
actually.
cried a lot. Even now, by the moment, whenever there is any hardship in my life, or whenever I think, I stopped asking why it is happening to me. I completely came out of that. If something happens to me, immediately I remember Milarepa. That's wiped off completely everything from my mind. I'm very energetic. I'm very good. As you rightly said, everywhere I'm also getting tested, and hopefully I think the universe is giving me the strength. But
Yeah.
now when you are saying something, I literally was felt so elated, so happy. And as rightly pointed out, right, the sugar or the good attracts the sweetness attract all these things. Similarly, we are all the same kind of a attraction. That's the reason why we are all in the same group. And you are saying something, I'm listening, and similarly, someone is saying we are sharing our experiences. So that's very wonderful. Immediately, when you are talking about that one, right, I immediately connected to Ramayana, and I was thinking about the Samitra. He did for 10,000 years of what called tapasya, and then suddenly something happened. Then he left that place again. He does 5,000 years. Then he said, no, 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 it's not that. It's not good. Then he moved to south. Finally, he attained the Brahma state. Now I can correlate how a university is testing you when you reach a certain level. Are you really
Exactly.
overcome upon
Exactly.
it? Really, I felt very, very happy today, and I got so many answers. I'm very glad. Thank you, Master, and thank
Thank
you
you.
all
Thank
the
you very much.
masters.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Master. I would like to, a million, trillion times salute to you. You're just such a brave person. And when you said you have got anger, but for now, I think you're down to earth. You're very, very humble now. I don't know the
No,
before.
no, I can't say that. I'm still
But we
getting the
can say
anger,
yes.
definitely.
We
My
can
wife
say
knows
from
me
here.
better than me, actually. When
So
I will get anger,
we all have.
without any reason, I will be, again, without any reason, I will get anger, very, very frustration and all, because of all the beings, whatever I have done. So those keep acting upon me. So that's why I ask her to leave me some time first. I have to
From,
settle down.
so from there, I think that
Yeah.
we all have anger. It's not. I'm not saying that we haven't got. We have a lot of angers. My
But
my
the
mother.
kind of anger I was getting, maybe you may not have seen that. My wife knows. Maybe you can speak to her whenever you get a time.
My mother used to say, "I'm the ball of fire." So just really, really just lost for the words to appreciate appreciation for your bravery. You're
Very much.
such a brave person, Prabhuji, and we are getting encouragement from you how to deal with the if any difficult time comes. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Salute
much.
to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much, Master, for sharing your dark secrets and things like that with us bravely. We have learned a lot from that. In your speech, you mentioned earlier on about the thoughts. When we're releasing some negative thoughts or whatever, it is floating up in the field, in the quantum field. It's all floating there. And it affects everybody, you said. So when you said everybody, the way I understand it is like those people who are of that similar vibration will attract.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Because each and every thought carries certain frequency, certain
Yeah.
vibration.
Okay.
So
So
whoever is resonating with those vibrations,
will
frequencies, they will
attract.
attract immediately.
So
So all the dark forces will take advantage of that, actually.
okay. So even if it is like other people's negative thoughts floating about in the quantum field, if we are in that vibration, we will
We
attract.
attract them.
So that's why the darker or all these things end up multiplying.
Correct.
Isn't it? Okay. Oh, that's what I understood. Okay. Okay. So the most important thing is for us to keep our vibration high so that we only attract the good vibration, so not the not one. And one other thing you mentioned in your life when you said about you had so much spiritual, you were doing so much sadhanas and everything, you were making progress, and then when you stopped, when you had some challenges, when you stopped, you just came tumbling down.
Yes.
So it is because of the way I am understanding is because like for somebody who doesn't know anything in spirituality, they will just, even if they do these things, they'll be just trotting along. Whereas once you have experienced the benefit of all the sadhanas, the penalty is severe then. Is that what I understood?
Exactly.
Ah,
Exactly.
okay.
Because a
So
normal person does
don't know because
wrong things because he doesn't know.
doesn't know. Yeah.
But a person who already knows it,
Then
he
the
should
penalty.
be more admirable. He should be more careful.
Of course, yes.
If he
That
has done a mistake, the punishments
will
are
be severe, double.
severe, very severe.
Okay.
But
Okay.
can I interrupt?
Mm.
I
Yeah.
mean, the way I was brought up, like from the childhood, like your seed is, you can nurture the seed, plant the seed, you give the water, you give the food, like our parents, what they have teach us, what they taught us. And when we're our own in the community, in the world, whatever, we face something, but then suddenly you pause and say, hey, is it the right thing? Is it what I was taught? Am I going to right? So that time when you're at crossroads, the way I was taught, think and then make a move. Do not jump into it. And that gives you guidance and strength and confidence to move in the life. That's how I felt. So if before you take the wrong step, the thing is, look back what I was taught, how I was brought up, what are the values I was told, and then am I doing the right thing? How should I be moving myself? And then that gives you more strength than wander around and do silly whatever you want to do, in life. That's how I was brought up, you see.
Yeah. Correct.
Because
Rightly said, Master.
at the age of 14, I went to USA, right? My
Okay.
brother I was in school. I was only child, like a Indian child in the school, whole a big school in America. And I had to do a lot of challenges, but I never was frightened. I took a big step and I studied. I did my graduation there. And then my parents, after they said, oh, everybody said, you send your young daughter to America, what will happen? So my father said, are you okay? I said, yes, you taught me the nice things, the confidence and how to deal with me. So I'm fine. I was only 16. And then I came back to India. So what I'm trying to say, if how the seed is brought up, the lilies will always get the lilies and the roses will always get the roses. So you cannot mix the lilies with the roses with the plants. The same thing, the seeds we are born with, we indulge in something, but the thing is, if you look back to yourself, your values, how we are taught, what you're taught, that embraces upon you and you can go forward with confidence, without fear.
Yeah. Rightly
That's
said.
my experience.
Thank you very much. You are really fortunate enough to get the right guidance from your childhood. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm grateful to you and your parents.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think from what you said, as well, because it's all about how our chakra was from the childhood as well, isn't it? Because, through our childhood, some chakras get damaged. We may still be in the Muladhara or Swadhisthana or whatever, So in this lady's case, you've had a very happy childhood and what have you. So your chakras were very balanced. That's why you were able to hold on to
because
your
of the
yeah.
practices the master has done in her previous lifetime, she has
Yeah,
given some great opportunity there.
yeah, that's right. So it's not all about just the seeds and all this kind of thing. It's all about your karmas and what you brought as well, isn't it? How your chakra was in the previous life, what you've done. You may be still in a very loving family and all that, but things still happen for some people, So that's where I look at it as well. From what I've
Well,
It
looking
all depends
Nobody, no,
upon how we are learning, how we are seeing to things.
exactly,
All the
exactly.
and
difference.
we don't know our
Yeah.
previous life anyway. We don't know
Yeah.
our previous
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
You see,
Right. Yeah.
nobody knows.
yeah.
Anyway,
Okay, thank you very much, Master, for sharing your experience. It's really
thank you.
wonderful.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Hare
Good
Krishna.
night.
Thank you very much. Okay, Masters.
Thank-
Mother.
Masters, good night.
Thank you.
so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Dhanyavad, Shubhratri.
Thank you very much, Madam. Shubharatri.
Subratri.
Okay, Masters. Happy night, all of you. We'll connect tomorrow.